Hi, I'm Allison. Today I want to talk to you about boundaries. It's something that comes up in my sessions with clients time and time again, whether individuals, couples, or parent-child relationships. Boundaries help us to love more deeply and more fully, according to the research by Brene Brown. You might have heard her name. She's been floating around lately in public media. Some of her research shows that key parts of having a relationship are boundaries. They allow us to maintain our personal integrity and to assume positive intentions in the people around us. When we're honest with ourselves about what our boundaries are, it allows us to have more deep and meaningful connections and relationships. So I want to go over some of my top favorite things to use as tools to figure out what are your boundaries. This is an exercise that I learned in a book called Animal Medicine by Jamie Carson and David Sams. In the book, they look at how animals can teach us various things. Think of an armadillo. They're excellent at holding boundaries. They carry their armor on their back. So just like an armadillo, draw a big circle on your piece of paper. On the inside, write everything that you're willing to experience. On the outside, write everything that you're not willing to experience. Get really specific. I'll give you an example. I'm not willing to experience judgment. It doesn't feel good when I judge myself or judgment from other people. I am willing to experience kindness, support, and respect. This is just one example. You could really fill this out. But I want to show you how sometimes we don't always hold our boundaries with ourselves. If I start to judge myself and I open the door to judgment, I open the door to all of these other things that I'm not willing to experience. And I leave less and less space for all the things in my life that I am willing to experience. Boundaries are fundamental to helping us hold space for what we're willing to experience and for having relationships that are founded on respect. So start to figure out what these boundaries are and then armor up. And just notice, when are you saying yes to something that's actually not something that you're wanting to experience or willing to experience? Whether that's judgment, whether that's running errands that you didn't actually have time to run, or anything else. Do this for yourself, share it with other people, and then start to compare. How are your boundaries different from theirs? This is exercise number 1. The second exercise involves a partner. So you might rally up one of your kids or your partner or a friend. Person A is going to stand across the room from person B. Person B is learning all about their boundaries today. Face each other and give yourself at least 10 to 15 feet space. And then when person B is ready, let them say, start walking. Person A will slowly start walking towards person B. As soon as person B senses or feels that person A has hit a boundary, person B can put a hand up or just say stop. And person A can put a piece of paper down on the ground right where they said to stop, and then continue walking. As you hit boundaries, person B can just say stop, and then person A can put a piece of paper down. Once person A hits person B's final stop and final boundaries, person B can put 2 hands up and say final stop. Do this run through 2 times. One facing each other, and the other with person B having their back turned so that they can't see where person A is. Then you can start to compare notes. The second time you run through, you might notice that you can kind of sense that your boundaries land in the same place. They may even land in different places. It gives you a real sense for what are those energetic boundaries that person B has. You can then swap roles so that each of you get a chance to really feel in your body what it feels like when somebody comes up against a boundary. Go ahead and do that and notice, what does it feel like? Do you get a pull in your stomach? Does your heart start to race? What does it feel like when someone enters into an energetic space? And who are you willing to let come into those spaces? Maybe you let your kids and family members get a little bit closer, but maybe it feels better to keep coworkers or distant relatives at a farther edge. You get to decide your boundaries, and sometimes it helps to listen to your body. This can be a great exercise to practice that. I hope this helps to explore your boundaries and to give you some insight for how to figure out what those boundaries are. Now you can be like an armadillo, armored up, so that you can experience everything in life that you're willing to experience, creating a boundary with anything that doesn't feel right to you. Have a lovely day.